Hello, everyone. Mayo Doctor. Time for something a little different once again. Then again, isn't different just the theme of this year so far. So this is Stanley Parable, the new release, not the one. Have you played Stanley Parable before? I was just about to answer that. No, I have not. I have seen a Let's Play of it from way back when, but I remember almost none of it. And again, it wasn't even me playing, and I don't think the person I was watching even did all the endings, so... Yeah, they did like 3 or 4. There's going to be a lot of blind. I'm just going to answer no. Please adjust until the computer is barely visible. I mean, I can make it a little darker. I mean, it's still visible. At least for me. I don't know if it is on YouTube. I was going to put it back around the middle where it was. Enter the current time. I mean, it's actually pretty close. I'm recording this like 11:30. There we go. I assume this is so we can't cheese the the wait 5 years achievement, because I do know about that from the original. Note accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. It even says okay, great. Where is it? Oh, you have a little monster. That's nice. That's great. Yeah, sorry about that. I was checking the settings. I left it all at base. If I need to change things, I will. Also, hi, my mouse is being captured. I specifically told OBS not to capture the mouse, but considering how it's also visible in the computer down there, I think this is just part of the game. So, let's begin. Never end is never the end is never the end. The end is loading. I like this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I like Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
I would have said to delete 426.
Through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push.
I'm gonna have to turn the audio down.
And in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Well, yeah.
As though he had been made
Of
exactly
course.
for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm so sorry, I was muted. I don't know how long for, but I'm back. I don't know. I didn't hit the mute button, assuming I was muted the entire time. So I muted. Yeah, I was just playing with audio. It shouldn't sound any different. This narrator may not have anything funny to say. The fact that I refuse to leave this room. Why is this to move around? It seems like it's all like move around and crouch with control, and that seems to be it. The controls earlier said spacebar jumps, but it's not working.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, yeah, it looks like the audio thing is going up around the same levels as it was. Force the good, I'll probably not be super chatty when the narrator's talking, because it is pretty evenly leveled, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be. I hate Monday. I remember when I was
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who fuck? I like this. Oh, I can make things react to the E. Or, actually, that's just the hit things. E, it doesn't matter where I'm standing. You can't jump, get your first achievement. Yeah, I just got 2 achievements. You can't jump, get your... I was matching E, by the way, not jump. But okay. Hello.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes, because I remember seeing this on the list since I just had some achievements pop.
Achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for something.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree.
5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
It's definitely been more than 20 times at this point.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing.
You might be right.
For a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
Let's do it.
50 clicks.
Do it!
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Yes, you're right,
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Where even is 417? Well, I'll find it eventually. 417, hello? Are you 417? I don't think you're 417. Okay, now the doors are counting down. You're gonna find 417, and you're gonna click. There it is. Yeah!
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I am going all the way with it. 456 is back there. Yeah, that door doesn't exist. Here's 436. 435. Oh, here it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Wait, no, 415. I'm going all the way with this as long as it's going to let me. Do it. Yes. 416. 415. Yes.
Now, back to door number 437.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I can't wait. Wait, you said 437
Let's
again,
see.
right?
How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine? Okay, sure.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417. Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can't jump. They disabled it. This is as high up as I'm gonna get. Because again, they disabled the jump. Well, this is fun. I can't jump. I have to give up on it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I mean, if you're going to give me 2 doors to go through, you're going to tell me that I went through the door on my left. Yes, I am going to obey. What kind of creep do you think I am?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Marketing Mondays, Group 40X, Group 45X, Group 46, blah, blah, blah. Yes, weekly reviews. Yes. We'll talk about 32. Lead today's unfinished agenda. Right next to the agenda. Reflect. That looks very familiar. What did you do? Yeah, great. Okay. I'm so upset about the achievement. There's a broom closet. I'm gonna go in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I know what I can't do. Just me.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I like the broom closet. What do you want from me?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I like this. You're encouraging me to stay here doing sweet FA, as you say.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I just like the broom closet. Maybe one of these options will start working suddenly.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
It says broom closet.
Thought to mention it.
Therefore, it is important. Now I refuse to leave until you're done, where you start looping.
To you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Yeah,
I hope your friends find this concerning.
They probably will. They'll also probably find it concerning that was my first ending.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
How'd you know?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
How'd you know?
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
You're so right, sir.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place,
preferably
making
when
sure
it's
they
still named
understand
Stanley.
basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Never! I will never go into the hallway. This is my home. I love the broom ending. Are you actually done? Unfortunate. I think he's actually done. I'm disappointed. Alright, fine.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before.
You want to bet? Wow!
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
Love this.
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish?
Yes, the monkeys.
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay. And in we go. I'm just gonna get in this corner for a second. Anything pop now? Okay, seems like you're actually done. Fine. No more broom ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Unfortunately, Stanley was very bad at making or following instructions. Ooh. I want to read this, but it's too pixelated. I can't. Ah. Somebody's probably extracted somewhere. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Well, they just spent several minutes in the broom closet.
Mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
1, 2, B4.
Oh,
nice.
what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yes.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh wow, the runes actually are repeating now.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Yeah. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Oh?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
I miss buttons.
I want my
apartment, also miss broom closets.
And my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope, sorry. No such luck, buddy.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Well, you're Fred, right?
Went black.
Again?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
This is great.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I'm so glad this is the first ending I got.
Like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Good for her.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
One of those people was probably Stanley.
This, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Probably while screaming. And so it begins again. I'm back. Room number 427. This EP still seems to do absolutely nothing, by the way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Still can't jump
Stanley
either.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to go back there. Let me break in. Back there. The rooms. See it. Not like the rooms. Into rooms. I went into all of the rooms.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on the left had the broom room.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's an employee lounge here. That wasn't nice of them.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, stayed here. Forever. Stare at this clock.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yeah.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
Glad you understand.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I don't believe him. Anything else?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Nah, don't think so. Okay, is there actually no more? Is there, though? Okay, seems like there's actually no more. Fine. Coffee nut, huh? Alright.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
It was a
and
pretty cool
took
room.
the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, I tried listening to you before. It didn't go so well. I went crazy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes. Warning. When I jump from cargo lift while it's in motion, will cost it. I can't jump. The game won't let me. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift: $1,000 or $500 for jumping off the cargo lift. I can't jump. The game disabled it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize it but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, I didn't even finish the line. I did it. I jumped from it.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Still can't actually jump, though.
What could it mean? Stanley decided
to
go
back
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Which means, I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm going to have to break your instructions multiple times again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna take the lift properly this time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
You?
Please,
Me?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
No,
I'm
what?
not
Whatever
asking
that lady
for
was
me.
named?
I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's her? Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything I can do here.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'm just gonna let it ring. Anything else to add, sir? Can I unplug it?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Well, I guess I don't need to waste time with
Not
that
picking up the
ending.
phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
What?
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh no, we're breaking the fourth wall.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choice, and to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Yay!
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
That's a little after midnight.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best
great
part
choice.
to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
I can't
Less?
just trust the doctor. You've seen my username.
And finally, If you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
That's a new room.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Danger everywhere.
Worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. So, what now? I guess you get back on the lift.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
And it's supposed to be fine. Is the mouse always there? I don't think it was always there. Well, it's there now. Also, I have a dual monitor set up and it is breaking on me. Just want you to know that. Because whenever I want to turn right, it just breaks. I have an Xbox controller plugged in. I'm just going to use that. There, no mouse.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
No need for that.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
You already broke
back
again.
In the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're too late. Oh, I was going to say the mouse is gone, but no. I can kind of hide it at least if I swapped between the controller. Okay, can I go back in again? Can't go in there. Looks like this area just blocked off. What happened to this door? I want in. Let me in. Can I go back? Like, I literally won't do anything other than make the correct decision right now, okay? Can I climb through the roof? Is that an option? Do not underestimate how determined I am to make the wrong choice. There's a perfectly good Charlie the Plant right here. That does nothing. Fine. Okay, I went in now. I'm gonna sneak back in. Nope. Still busted. Can I go through you? Can I go through one of these? Fine. I'm out of choices. They didn't close it. How far down here do I have to get? Let's say, is this was here for? Yeah, it was.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Yep.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
People jump button?
What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Aw, man. Well, I can still hear Stanley's footsteps. Oh, well. That didn't work.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You.
Thanks.
Who thought you were so clever.
Yeah.
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What? Did you think that would be funny?
Yes.
You just had to see?
Uh-huh.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Does Stanley know that?
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
Hey, I did
I worked so
left.
hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh, well, there you go.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Wait, what?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
You know what we're doing, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
it's still broken.
Hurry.
What'd you think I was going to do?
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not even going to humor it anymore. I'm just going to stand right here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let me in!
No! Why did you do that?
Oh, that's
Quickly,
looping.
hurry back.
Yeah, it's looping. Okay,
Behave
fine.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine, I'll be boring. Okay, so is this part still broken? No, it's still here.
There was not a single person here either.
So, big fire.
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Oh, well, yeah,
hoping he might find an answer there.
Energize support value expenditures. Difficult market parade monetize free to play. Quarterly pie chart profit. It all comes full circle. Let me in! Aw. Lock the broom closet, the monsters. I mean, I can't go down either.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I completely idiot-proofed it, so there's no way I can't follow the story. This is the boss's office? Guessing not? Okay. That is fine. Okay.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Am I supposed to do something?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Yes. Hello?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I will never speak that code. Let's just go back. Ah, not an option.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
No, I couldn't.
Done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh, it blacked out again.
Stanley came to a set of two
what?
Doors. He entered the door on his left.
Hi, Stanley. How you doing? I assume that's supposed to be Stanley.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
This is amazing.
Can you hear me? Is everything
That's the credits.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
But does this work if you just stayed still when you normally get there?
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I guess in the end I was kind of right about going up to the ceiling, huh? Is that it? Yep, I'm back here again. Well, this seems like a good stopping part. I'm about 40 minutes in. Thank you all for watching. I found the wonders of the Broom Closet. I died a horrible death. Twice, technically. I was replaced by a minion that did the exact same thing. And then, I don't know, a fungus replaced that. I was cheated out of a Sorry, no. Wasn't cheated out of a cheated out of an achievement, but it's okay because I got 2 more. And then I just broke all of reality, so... Normal day for Stanley. Next time, we'll see if I can find some... Like, I definitely have a few ideas of what else I can do, so... Yep, see y'all then. Take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye-bye.